The rolling valleys, fertile farmland, and wooded ridges of west central Wisconsin offer some of the most productive deer habitat found anywhere. A mild winter combined with abundant agricultural crops and natural food sources have all contributed to good fawn production, excellent antler growth, and an overall healthy herd. The region produces more trophy buck record book entries than just about anywhere in the country. Most of the region is in private ownership, but scattered public hunting areas offer quality hunting for those willing to scout prior to the season. Hunters in Jackson and surrounding counties should be careful not to shoot an elk by mistake. And with a high prevalence of CWD in the region, baiting regulations are subject to change, so hunters should check the DNR website regularly for updates. More and more bow hunters are now using crossbows every year. And in fact, in Wisconsin, the crossbow harvest surpassed the regular archery harvest several years ago, and it looks like that trend is going to continue. It's now legal for anyone to hunt with a crossbow in Wisconsin. To do so, you'll need a crossbow license, a $3 crossbow upgrade to your archery license, or a conservation patron license, which includes all your deer hunting permissions. Let's join Cuba City dentist Matt Andrews and his son Braden for a crossbow hunt.
My dad came and asked me if I wanted to go hunting, and I said sure. So we went to the shop, we got the Ranger, and we drove out to the field behind our house. And we got out, we got the crossbow, and we got in the blind, we put our windows up, and we were all settled down for a little bit. Then 5 minutes later, a big doe popped out. And my dad said, put the 40-yard pin on it. So I put the 40-yard pin on it, and I shot. And I thought I missed, but my dad said, no, you got it. It went right through. So then I was really excited, and we watched the doe run to the edge of the woods, and it dropped. Probably about a half hour later, a big buck came out. My dad said, that's a big buck, you gotta get that. And it was right at the edge of the woods, right next to the doe was. It was trying to get the doe to get up. My dad said, I think that's 40 yards. So I got the bow back up, and I put the 40-yard pin on it, and I shot. And it just ran into the woods, and I don't know if I hit it or not. My dad thought he saw it stumble in the woods, but we didn't know for sure. So we got out of the stand, and we went and we got the arrow where I shot it. And my dad said, oh, I think you missed, buddy, because there was no blood or anything on the arrow. But we took a little peek in the woods to see if maybe we got the buck. But we didn't find it the first time. But then we went back to the shop, and he looked at the arrow. There's hair on it, and it smelled like deer, but there was no blood on it. The next morning, we went out with my grandpas. When we formed like a line, we were going right through the woods, and we saw the buck, and my grandpa said, there it is.
And of course, everyone does the mad dash through the timber to try to, get a peek at him. And, he was just piled up. Probably was, it probably expired last night.
And I was so excited because I didn't think that we got the buck at all. And I ran up to it, and we took pictures with it.
So, I'm really proud of him. It was a heck of a shot on both the buck and the doe. I was more excited for that moment, for that deer, than any I've shot over the years.
So another thing I learned from my dad is you always want to go back and check to see if you did hit it, because we had no idea, and some people would just not even go and check, and they would just think, oh, I missed it, well, maybe next time.